Hey VC, it's Jonathan, the Cheap and Cheerful Record Collector. Hope everybody's doing well out there today. Make a video. I got a bunch of new stuff, some interesting stuff I got recently that I thought I'd like to share with you all. This will be the last video for a while. I'm actually going, as they say, across the pond this week, actually even Wednesday, over to England for 2 weeks. Our daughter actually is studying over there. So we're going to spend about 10 days traveling around and then about 4 or 5 days visiting her. And while we're in England, we're going to hook up with Headley. If you don't know Headley, his channel is another fat bearded man talking about records. He's great guy. Really enjoy him. We have been talking for a while now, and I think we're going to meet up on a Sunday and do some record digging. So I'm looking forward to finding some of those English pressings you can't get here in the States easily. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and about 14 days in England, so that's going to be just great. Hopefully it doesn't rain every single day. Expect some rain, of course, but maybe not every single day. Okay, I recently went to a guy's house. They had an ad on Craigslist. I knew it was going to be junk, but I had to go. They had 100 records for $40, so I knew it was going to be trash, but I figured if I didn't go, I'll be beating myself up saying you could have missed a gem or two. So I went to the guy's house, about a half-hour drive. I get taken out of the basement. Obviously, I was right. It was mostly trash, but we're talking, and he says, well, I do have a box over here if you're interested in some tapes. So I said, tapes? Well, what kind of tapes? There's old reel-to-reel tapes. So I said, my eyes lit up, and I said, oh, sure, let me check it out. So he brings over this box of tapes. We make a deal, pretty inexpensive, I think really inexpensive. I'll show you some of the highlights from these. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have the box. This is a 4-track, 7.5 IPS stereo of the Stones 12x5. And as you see, there's the tape. This one is in the worst condition. The thing is split. There's no thing on the top, but this is the one in the worst condition, but the tape itself plays great. So as soon as I saw these, I said, there's no way I'm leaving without these. Big Hits, High Tides, Green Grass, same thing. This one's in better, the box is in better condition, and the tape's inside. Pretty cool. You don't see reel-to-reel tapes, originals, often. Lovin' Spoonful, Daydreamin', also box in good condition. I think they're pretty cool. You don't see these. Here Comes Fats Domino. Very cool. There's Fats. Next one is a jazz one, Jimmy Smith. I don't know if you know him as an organ player. This is The Cat. The incredible Jimmy Smith. And the last one, I have two more to show. This one, James Brown plays James Brown, which is, I'm pretty sure there's no singing in this. This is just him playing the organ. And then after I showed this, a friend of mine said, oh, I have a tape that I just got recently, if you might be interested in. So I said, sure, what do you got? So he brings it over, if I can find it. And it is Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. Unfortunately, this does not have a box with it, but still, pretty cool. Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. We played this yesterday. It sounds great. And then I have a bunch of other stuff that are, not very interesting. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. You see, if you find Dean Martin, jazz, tempo, Latin accents. What do we got here? Bill Cosby, Smothers Brothers, Eddie Arnold, Jack Jones Christmas album. What's this? Another Bill Cosby. Still Andy Williams. Nothing really exciting. But when we finished the conversation, so I said, so, do you have a tape deck? And he goes, actually, I do. So I made a deal. I bought the tape deck too. I'll give you a quick look at the tape deck. It's a Concord, which I guess is nothing special. Pretty low-end Japanese tape deck, probably from the mid-60s. There's the auxiliary speaker, so it actually plays stereo when you hook it up. Right now, the auxiliary speaker is not working. But again, for everything, all the tapes and the deck, I paid $40 total. So I think it's a great deal. I actually looked up on Discogs. Can't find many of these the 4-track tapes, the reel-to-reel. They show them, but they haven't been. There's nothing, and no one has any, and there are none for sale, and nothing is sold, so you can't really get a price on them. The only one I got a price on was the James Brown, where I saw one person is selling it or asking $95 for this one tape. So I'm probably not going to keep them. I'm probably going to try to flip them. And I know somebody who might be interested in all the tapes. So maybe I can make a deal with that. So that was pretty cool. And then records. I've been looking for this record for a while. I made a deal with a local dealer, and I traded some things for it for this. And I finally got a nice copy of Chunger's Revenge, Frank Zappa. I think it's a repress from '73. I don't think it's an original. But he had it marked as near mint, and it looks pretty clean. But when I played it, I mean, it's fine. I'm glad I have it. But there's no way this record is near mint. Side 1, VG at the best. Side 2, VG plus. I just don't know where these people get this idea this is mint, or near mint. I mean, if this is near mint, I can't imagine what his VG pluses are. Anyway, it's fine. I'm glad to have it. The side 2 plays great, and side 1, the quiet passages, you can hear a lot of clicks and pops. So I don't know how that's near mint. Anyway, Goodwill find, going into country, real down home. It's called Galax, Virginia Old Fiddlers Convention. This is from 1959, I think. Even comes with the original Folkways record, which I love. Comes with the original booklet they always put out. I've never seen this label, though, for Folkways. Not this color. Whoops. Is the maroon color. I've always seen blue. So I'm not sure when this was pressed. It's this color thing is not on Discogs, so I'll have to do more research on that. But real country fiddle music, which I love. Also saw this at Goodwill. I knew nothing about it. I mean, I knew the artist, but I didn't know anything about the record. It's a Skeeter Davis and NRBQ. Skeeter Davis had a hit in the mid-'60s, I think, early '70s. And this is a great album. I was iffy about it, but it was like $2. I figured, what the hell. It's great. I really love it. NRBQ is right on, and she has a great voice. I Can't Stop Loving You Now, Heart to Heart. She even does Someday My Prince Will Come, which is sort of funny. But really good album. Really impressed with that. So that was a really good find. This one, this is a total blind buy. Martin Hollis, Nashville Session. I guess he's one of those singers who just never made it. Small album, small label on Wilma Records, which I never heard of. On the back it says recorded at the House of Cash, Sound Spectrum Studio. Don't know, but it's good country music, classic country, a little folky. But the cool thing about it is on the back, it's signed. So I figured for $2, a signed album, I can't pass it by. So I picked that up. That was fun. Jazz album. I don't know how many people know this man, Tal Farlow. Tal was a guitar player in the 40s and 50s. Retired early and died fairly young, upon his 50s. Amazing guitar player. Just right up there with Wes Montgomery. Didn't do a lot of recording, but this one has its 2 record set. Originally released, the first album was originally called Red Norvo with strings. I assume they mean the guitar because I couldn't hear any background strings. So Red Norvo was a vibes player. And it's basically him, Tal Farlow, and a bass player. So 3 of them jamming on side. The first album is great. And the second album has a piano, bass, and drums along with Tal. And he was a fantastic guitar player. Great jazz guitar player. So if you ever see anything sort of obvious the name, you're never going to see it often. Tal Farlow. So that was a real nice find. I'm at Goodwill about a week or so ago. Going through the bins, nothing there. So I'm about to give up, and I see the guy wheeling out a cart with a bunch of books in it. And on the end, I see a little stack of records. That's where I got the Tal Farlow. So I said, mind if I look before you put them out? I go, yeah, take your time. So I look through there, I grab the Tal Farlow, and the next thing I see, my jaw dropped, and it's Billie Holiday, and sings the blues, lady sings the blues, but not just Billie Holiday sings the blues, it is a Japanese pressing. In really, this is near mint or close to near mint as you're going to get. Unbelievable how someone just takes this and drops this off of Goodwill. I have no idea, but sounds great. The Verve label. Let me take it. You can see right through there. The Verve Japanese pressing label sounds fantastic. So I was, again, you never see this stuff at Goodwill. I mean, who drops off a Japanese pressing at Goodwill? Glad I was there to grab it. Another one I picked up recently is Ike Tina Turner, and this is The Hunter. Great album. I wish it was in better condition, but it's a great album for me. Very bluesy, not so much with a big band, but really down-home blues, and Tina just knocks it out of the park. Of course, Ike is playing great on the album. Really love this record. Going to be a good placeholder until I find a really super clean copy. But great album. If you like bluesy stuff and you like Tina, you got to go for it. Yesterday, a buddy came over to my house, said, I got a bunch of records. I'm cleaning out, doing some spring cleaning. I thought you might like these. So, my comment is, if it's free, it's for me. So it's Willie and Leon, which I actually have, but I don't have the white label promo on this. And, yeah, white label promo. So I'm going to see which one is in better condition, mine or this, and I'll sell the other one. But pretty cool. It's a great album, Willie Nelson and Leon Russell. He also gave me Bob Dylan and the Band bootleg, obviously. Royal Albert Hall. Album originally appeared in the form as trademark of quality number blah blah blah. Reissue series 1962, but obviously not. He wasn't playing with the band in 1962, so that's obviously not it. And nothing on the thing, just side 1 and side 2. So I'm gonna have to listen to this, clean this up, and give this a listen, and see what kind of condition it's in. But that's pretty cool. I don't have. Actually, that's the only bootleg I have. He also had another white label promo of Duke Ellington. This is the Unknown Session. Small band, it looks like, with just Duke on piano, Ray Nance, Lawrence Brown, Johnny Hodges, Harry Carney, and Aaron Bell and Sam Woodward. So small band, recorded 1960, July 14, 1960, in Hollywood. So that's good. This one I'm not so sure about. He dropped this off. Don Reno, Bill Harrell, and the Texas Cut-Ups, Bicentennial Bluegrass. So obviously 1976 album. I'll have to take a look, clean this up and take a listen to this, see if this is worth keeping. And finally, the Jaw Dropper. He said, I just don't listen to it. I have it on CD. You want it, just take it. And I was like, you kidding me? He goes, it's yours. So it's Nick Drake box set, Fruit Tree, the complete recorded works, in really good condition. These are the records on the inside. They come in that, and there's the Island label. And this is, as far as I can tell, the UK pressing of the set. You got second record, third record, and the booklet. And I asked him, what can I give him for it? And he says, nothing, just keep them. So I got to find something when I'm in England to bring him something back, because that's too generous. So again, I haven't listened to this yet. I know of Nick Drake. I really don't know his work that well, but I'm really looking forward to when I get back from England to take some time and listen to all this stuff. So that's my finds for today. I think I lucked out pretty well. I'm real happy with what I got. I hope to find some nice stuff in England and hook up with some people over there, which should be a lot of fun. And spring is sprung, so hopefully everyone's out digging around in yard sales and as people clean out their houses. Hopefully people are finding good stuff at good prices. Keep digging. Enjoy the music, and until next time, peace.